everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, and we're back with more Legend of Legaia. Last time we were about to jump into this, oh no we weren't. It looked like we are at least. What am I supposed to do here? It doesn't look like I can go anywhere. Ah! We were supposed to run off to the right here. Ah! What do you know? What about here? Sure. Oh no, it took me to the left. I was trying to go to the right. Ooh, that was close. It was like you didn't jump out. I was like, no, jump out. There's a chest there. Ra-Seru plume. What the hell is a Ra-Seru plume? Sounds like something from nowhere. Yep. It's her helmet. Okay. Nice. Now, really, there is no reason to go out and sell your old armor, by the way. So I would definitely not do it. I like how he does a little dive into the water. It's kind of neat. I don't know where this takes you, so, oh, back here. And another fight. And I still haven't put that item on yet. I was going to off screen, but then I forgot. Ambushed. Oh, yeah, that's right. The plume is that cute little feather thing that she puts. Yeah. I forgot about that awesome little piece of armor. Yeah. Okay, what else can we do with that? Okay. Oh yeah, and I hate those enemies that we had to fight, the Vigurus, because they take forever to kill. I was in that fight, like, I think an extra 15 minutes probably, it felt like, but it probably wasn't. But still, I was just like, what the hell? I don't want to fight these things anymore. I want to get back to my viewers and chat about stuff. Oh well. Also, if you notice, Noah's regular attacks are like lightning quick now. I guess I accidentally put too much into her speed because she's just like dishing out damage like crazy with her, regular moves. I need to stop scratching my beard. I know, I'm sorry. John C doesn't seem to really have much luck attacking these enemies for some reason. I mean, none of my characters here have a target chain on, which I know would help things, but it's just, what the hell, what's the point? If you want to waste your magic, you can use meta and stuff to defeat these guys, I'm sure, in like no time, but I would definitely not recommend it. Oh wow, I'm surprised. My AP is low. So let's use a Vera spell since he actually has it that will heal it all the way up. At least I'm positive that it does that. I haven't tested it with the Vera spell yet to see if it does. Doesn't mean it won't, but you can always be surprised. Forget what it is that determines if you're able to hit an enemy better. I think it's your agility is what it says. That's why it says at the start of every fight that you should use Kazam against the enemy to make their agility go down. I still love how it says that. Instead of putting every status that it will heal, because I think it's every single one except for death. I think that's considered a status. Anyway, it's just funny because it's like you could have just put like poison, or I think it says venom. You could have put venom, rot, what are the other ones? Cursed, you know, and so on, but it doesn't. It just says some statuses. And it actually didn't put it all the way up, so I guess I'm wrong in that account. That's actually kind of funny. Well, I mean, like, I guess it doesn't work like that for Vera. But for Orb, it seems to always put him up to full, so I don't know. It could have just been luck, though, that right after I used it, everybody got attacked by super powerful moves. So it's kind of hard for me to say, you know, oh, it's because of this, you know, when I have no idea. Let's just do auto since he has no AP. That was pretty cool looking. Oh, one of the fights I used auto just for the hell of it to see what would happen. And they all had like half AP or something like that, you know. Mike's and John's leveled up at the same time. Huh, cool. I know, that was really bad grammar. Mike's and John's leveled up at the same time. Yeah, it was just my brain not working. Let's see. We didn't really get hurt too bad, but let's go ahead and use Orb just for the hell of it to get it leveled up. Is there other? Which way did I come from? That way? Let's try going down here. Yes. And where does this take me? This leads to a treasure chest. It is a Ra-Seru seal. It might be my helmet. Or Mike here. Yep. So now our... Okay. Our upper defense is 372. Our lower defense is 350. 381, 342, 411, and 386. Holy crap. How does he have the... Well, I guess... I don't know. His burly muscles help, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. Let's dive back into the rapids. I don't think you can really control where you swim. I think it takes you back to the same spot every time. And you can't get attacked while on the... I don't even know. Blood? I think this is the... Yeah. Almost spoiled something. Well, technically not a spoil. This is the last stream area that you have to worry about. So there should only be 2, it says. So, yeah. So I'm gonna get all the items here and try to get to the next room of this in this episode. That's it. I'm using a spell. Let's use... I don't know. What the hell? Let's use Ra-Seru, even though it's kind of funny to use it because I know there's 3 enemies, and that's what it recommends, but one might die from it, and that could be bad because then it has trouble concentrating on it. A guy online told me that he got it to do as much as like 800 damage to one enemy, and I've never been seen to do that, so I thought that was kind of cool. I know that doesn't sound like much, but you gotta think, it's doing that to each enemy, not just one. Oh, they got put in the perfect area. Oh well, still it didn't do as much damage as I'd hoped. But it kind of weakened it up a little bit for me, so that should help. Ow! I put the controller on my knuckle just for a second, and when that hit me, it vibrated and hit my knuckle. I was like, ow! That's okay. I need to put the magic rail back on because I need to start building up MP again. so I don't have to waste any magic refill items. Not that it matters too much. You're gonna need a bunch of those though. Just saying, if you make it to the end of this dungeon and these things happen, one, if you're out of magic, screw get to the end of the dungeon. You're not going to beat the boss without any magic. Two, if you're below level, I'm going to try to get to 43 before the end. If not, we'll still just go with whatever I get to. But I'd recommend 43 for you guys. 3, if you don't have all the items, which is hard to tell because, I mean, you'd have to... I think you get a full arsenal of Ra-Seru armor. So if you don't have a full arsenal of Ra-Seru armor, then you might want to go ahead and skip getting the, you know, finishing the dungeon. And I'll tell you when you've reached that area. And lastly, I think if you don't have a bunch of AP, which is hard to do anyway, it might be a challenge for you to go to the final area and fight the boss. I think that's the only advice I can give you at this point. I mean though, if you got your magics, like your healing magic up to level 9 or level 8, that would be perfect. And I'm talking about just orb, not spoon. Spoon, have it at whatever level you so choose. Like level 5 is even perfect for it, really. Because I don't think he can afflict any status ailments on you. Or even if he could, it doesn't really bother you much at this time. You know? So, yeah. Hey, there we go. Not that it really matters because it's going to be level 1, but hey, we got it. Again, like I said, if you get it, yippee. If not, whatever. That's all I can really say. I mean, I'm trying to give you advice without really spoiling stuff. The final boss, you can use magic against him well enough, but it's not the key thing you have to use, so yeah. I could tell you something for fun, but I'm not going to because it would spoil something. So I'm not going to tell you. But, oh yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. See how it put a lure up here since I got it? That's why you want to be able to, you know, redo the whole thing. That's why they do that, because, I mean, would you really want Terra to be all the way back here on the final list? I don't think so. So, yeah. We're going to fix that when we get out of this fight. I had some screen tearing there for a second. You might not notice it because I didn't notice it in the editing of the last video I did. That had an issue, but in some cases I've noticed that I have a small amount of screen tearing. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, a little graphical glitch. It's nothing serious, it's just something I've noticed. And I'm mentioning it now because I bet if somebody notices it in the comments, they're gonna say something about it. And even though I know I shouldn't mention this, I'm really hoping that after I'm finished with this Let's Play, that the viewers of other games that haven't watched this yet come through and watch them all, because it'd be really nice to see what others think about this game that haven't watched it because they're watching their favorite game at this time, you know, or something like that. Which I totally understand. I mean, like a little kind of MikeMoneyGMR moment. Whenever I watch people's Let's Plays, I do tend to stick to one game for the most part, and then I move on to the next one. Though lately what I've been doing is I've been watching a lot of Steven Plays Skyrim, because I've been kind of sapping off ideas for what I should do in my game of Skyrim. I will not doubt that at all. I've been kind of stealing ideas from him. Not that I'm maybe Let's Playing that or anything, I'm just saying, you know, for my own personal playthrough of the game, I've been kind of coming up with ideas of what to level up and all that. My cord's all tangled up. What the hell? You're not supposed to get that. John is. Damn it. Just kidding, that's funny. I think she pretty much has all the spells now. It's actually kind of interesting. Oh, excuse me. I really need to stop burping as much, but I had a Pepsi before this, so it's gonna be difficult for me, because whenever I drink soda, it always makes me belch more. Especially if I drink Coca-Cola, it makes me, like, trying to think of a funny thing to say that I burp as much as Nintendo Capri Sun. There we go. That guy can, like, that guy when he used to, I don't think he does it as much anymore. He would like burp all the time. And it's because he would drink a lot of Coca-Cola as well. So I just thought it would be funny to mention him. Anyway. Is there anything I can kind of use just for the hell of it? I guess I can use another orb spell, even though I really don't need to. Did one of her attacks really just do 89 damage? I can't believe that. I swear, I'm like watching this, and I've been watching myself as I play, of course, because I mean, how can you play if you don't? And I noticed that a lot of the time, when my characters attack these enemies, it seems to me that they do a random limit of damage around 100 to double digits, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. For fun, I could show you and take out their weapons to show you just how little damage they would do against these guys. Or better yet, I could put myself in the position that Mike was in the fight against the arena enemies in the Muscle Dome. Oh my god, we'd be taking like... You take almost like 900 damage from certain enemies. So, that'd be insane if I did that against these guys. Oh, I could just imagine. Oh, okay, let's take a brief moment to just think about that for a second. I could see us from these guys taking almost like 1,800 damage. Tops. You know, it'd be just ridiculous amount of damage we would take from these guys if I let them attack me without armor on and all that. So yeah, I highly recommend against doing that. Oh man, that would be just priceless. I've also been using the word priceless a lot lately. Not in my actual recordings, but I noticed that when I was doing some comments on people's pages, I was using the word priceless. Like I've been watching, again I mentioned another guy, but Steven, I've been watching Amnesia Let's Plays. Oh my god, that... You gotta go watch that. If you've ever played Amnesia, though, it's gonna be... You're gonna be, like, screaming at your computer. You're gonna be like... Oh my god, dude, what the hell are you doing? Because that's the exact same thing I was screaming at him. I mean, okay, I've never actually played the game personally, but I saw a Let's Play of a person who has. And he did nothing of, like, what the guy... Like, what Steven does. And it was priceless because it was like, I found myself yelling at him, you know, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. There we go. I was tapping right like crazy if you were wondering how I did that. There, I got out. I don't know if tapping X gets you out, but that's what I was doing. Okay, Ra-Seru helmet. Oh yeah. Now, is that really all that we're supposed to find here? Yeah, it says that you're supposed to find Ra-Seru armor from every chest in this area. But then it says additional weapons, too. I don't know if it means in this room or the next room, because there's only certain passages you can take. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me what it means by that. I don't know about you guys, but if I swam through that stuff, I'd be like grossed out. Especially if it was like all over your body after you got out. You got out and you just shook it all off and it didn't. Oh, sorry, I slapped this thing next to me. But if you were like shaking it all off and it wouldn't come off, I'd be just like, ah, this is so gross, you know? And I know that sound's gonna be priceless, but whatever. Anyway, let's use one magic fruit here. And, let's change our equipment for the hell of it. Let's change, Scarlet Jewel to it again. Yeah, she doesn't need that upper defense. Let's put the Crimson Book on. Just for now, to kind of... Because I know I'm going to get into a fight here. Wow, the music kind of stopped there for a minute. There it goes, caught back up. It kind of creeps me out when the music just stops, because it kind of worries me that the game froze, you know, even though I know it didn't, but it kind of feels that way, so I'm kind of like, oh, should I be worried? You know? But if I'm able to put in commands, well, actually that doesn't mean squat. There was one time I was playing Skyrim on my PS3, and when I went to fast travel, the game froze, more or less, because it was loading that map, you know, and then I was able to like move the thing, like the little item that appears while you're loading to kind of give you something to do while you're waiting. And I was making it spin around in circles, you know, while I was waiting because I was bored. And I realized after a couple of minutes that it wasn't gonna ever, you know, pick up. And I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't be able to do anything, you know, if it's been frozen, you know. But apparently that doesn't matter, because like when I went to quit the game, so to speak, you know, like, you know, close out of the game and go back to the main menu and go back in, it reset the system, and so that's how I know it had frozen, because it wouldn't have reset the system if it hadn't been frozen. Oh, you're full of shit, game. I tell you what, these guys, they're really starting to piss me off. It's like, how is it that they're blocking all my moves? It doesn't make any sense. I know, I really shouldn't be leaving this in. I should be stopping now, but it's only 23 minutes, so I thought I would leave it in for a little bit longer just to kind of chat with you guys a little bit more and go the whole 25 minutes. And what I'll do is if I make it 25 minutes, I'll finish this fight and go to the save point, and then we'll continue on from there. Because I know I'm going to have another fight between there and, you know. Well, there's no way to tell if that really worked for him or not, because I know he was already injured, but still. Oh. Yeah, I know you're almost... I forgot to do that. Thank you, game, for reminding me. Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of stuff off screen actually. Also, look at that awesome helmet. Look at that. He has like a little visor and everything. It's just super cool. But we haven't got his weapon yet, and yeah, I hate to say it, his weapon kind of sucks. Even though like it does a lot more damage, it's a lot slower, so enemies tend to block it a lot more. But I mean, it's not a big deal. It doesn't affect your arms or anything like that. You know what I mean when I say that. It doesn't like, make your command any bigger than like it does if you use the astral sword, you know? In fact, I don't think there's a weapon in this game for any of the other characters except for Mike that does that. Unless, of course, you equip the survival knife or anything like that on Noah. Because then it will make hers bigger. But for the most part, you won't have that problem. Anyway, I've reached the 25-minute mark, so when we get back, we'll be at the save point, fully healed. If I decide to do that, I don't know. It depends on how badly damaged I get in this fight. And I'll probably give Noah Magic Leaf too. Well, not Magic Leaf, you know what I mean. Till then, bye.